is Chris and welcome to my channel for the final Bachelorette recap. Honey, we've come this far on Becca with the good hair's journey. Someone I despise. I've watched every episode. This one was 3 hours.
3 hours. A 3-hour tour. The time in which all the cast members on Gilligan's Island signed up for a tour on which they made a really bad choice because that tour resulted in them being shipwrecked. It was the first Lost. If you're too young, look it up. Gilligan's Island. Ginger and Marianne. That's who you should know.
Anyway, honey, 3 hours, Becca, okay, 2 guys left, honey, and she did exactly what I wanted her to do. Okay, so let's get into this. So Becca's mom. So I didn't watch the Ari season of The Bachelor. Again, I don't know how to make that plain enough, or if you've seen any of my other episodes. I didn't see Ari's season. So I never met Becca's mom before, or any of her family members. One of the guys looks like Gilbert Gottfried. Becca's mom looks like a British baker's wife in the 19th century. You know, she has that kind of face. Like, she should be cast in any sort of like BBC period drama as like, she's someone who would really help you if you were
sick, a starving child on the street. She would come and help you.
You know, that's who she could be in any of those movies. Okay, then we get to like Becca's sister. Becca's sister, they're very close, honey. They look nothing alike. I mean, they don't even look like cousins. They kind of have a little similarities in the face, but like completely different hair. And both their hairs are great. I mean, I don't know what's in that family, honey. Pantene, Pro V, but that is like great hair on everyone's front. Sister and her are very close. Sister tells Becca that she is her person or something. You know, they're always so obsessed with like who's person. You need a person. You can't just be a person. You need a person. Someone's always someone's person. They're always in pairs, honey. Like,
you know, when you were in grade school and you would go on a field trip and you'd cross the street and you'd have to like have a buddy, or you have a buddy the whole field trip and like they'd be like, "Get your buddy here," and you'd look around and be like, "Oh God," you know, you'd always be like paired with like the guy that ran off all the time. Like his name would be like Maddie or something, and Maddie'd be just like off, and you'd be like, "Fuck, where's Maddie?" No, I haven't seen Maddie since the dinosaur exhibit. I'm gonna be real honest. Like, I was hanging with my friend Carly. We don't know where Maddie is.
Anyway, what am I talking about? Okay, so then Garrett comes first. Garrett comes, he cries, honey, to everyone. He cries to like an uncle, cries to the sister. And it's also like this, like he keeps doing the same kind of cry, which is like this, like, it's the same kind of cry his sister does. Remember his sister was like, "I just want you to be happy." Like, he does this thing where he cries and he also gets laryngitis, so he also goes up. It's like that is what is in his family, honey. That's what is in his family, that kind of crying gene. The sister is very important to Becca, and the sister just like makes every move of this finale for Becca. So the sister comes, tells Becca that like Garrett's the guy.
Garrett's his person, her person. You know, the person, like, she was her person, the sister is the person. The sister's the soulmate or whatever, but like the Garrett's the person. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have both. You can also have a pet. You can also have a spirit animal. Both those doesn't have to be animals.
Anyways, then it's Blake's turn. So then, honey, like Blake has a super awkward AF time with his family because they've already like fallen in love with Garrett. Like they've already chosen Garrett. Garrett's the one, and Blake now is just here. Then we start hearing like Rebecca say things like, "I always thought it was gonna be Blake," and it's like, no, you didn't. If you always thought it was gonna be Blake, how come you didn't give him the first impression rose? We were there when all the other bachelorettes were like, whoever you give the first impression rose to, that's your dude. And then you gave it to Garrett. We remember that happening. That was the first episode. So don't now, finale, be like, "Well, I always thought it was going to be Blake." Like, no, we were there the whole time. It was always going to be Garrett. Don't try and fool us. We've been here, how? Suffering through this journey.
Why are we still here? Who knows? Am I getting paid for this? Absolutely not. I can't believe it. I should be. Please. This is all I want.
To get paid to watch TV. It's like they have really awkward conversations with Blake where the uncles are like, "Oh, Blake, you know, like what happens when this is all over and, you know, doesn't turn out so well." Blake's like spiraling. He's like, "Why does everyone hate me?" The sister's kind of like, "Oh, nice to meet you." Like no one's like very warm to Blake, and Blake feels it.
Even Helen Keller would be like, "Oh, I get it. I can pick up on it. Yeah, you guys aren't into it." You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean to be like rude. I'm just saying it was very obvious.
Then the family and Becca have a conversation about like the two dudes now. They met both dudes and it's like a little bit confusing. Sister again is like, "You're my soulmate now. Go out and find your person," or something. Something like that, I swear. I didn't really pay attention. This was the longest goddamn. Juan and I were watching this like, out of our minds on live. You know what I'm saying? If you watched our live. So they all go on dates again. Garrett talks about Becca like a poet. Then like that comes out as like Garrett being a poet. And it's like, oh, okay. Is that what we're going to call him? Poet? Pablo Neruda of The Bachelorette. So the other predominant like thought besides the fact that Becca thought Blake would be the one. But the other thing is Garrett, I guess, reminds Becca of her dad. Garrett reminds Becca of her dad. So, like, the minute that she says this, which is very early on, it's like, yeah, then you're gonna pick Garrett.
What girl has a dead dad is gonna, like, tell the whole goddamn world that this guy, that she's about to choose between the two guys, and one guy reminds her of her dead dad, and she's not gonna choose that one? Come on. Come on.
I knew she was gonna pick Garrett. I knew it. I knew when the, like, stuff came out about the fact that he, like, had liked controversial, conservative things on Instagram, and then ABC didn't do anything about it, that he was gonna be the one. But anyway, so, you know, of course, Garrett cements it by saying, you know, like, talking to your mom, I felt like I was also talking to your dad. And Becca's like, he's just like, I'll choose you every day, you know. I love her so much, so she's like, he says other things in his poetic way. He says, I can hear our kids laughing. You can hear him laughing in his head. And they're like, kill mommy. No, I'm just kidding. That's horrible. Just sweet. It's very sweet what he's saying.
And then says that he loves, like, Becca's accent.
She has to spend some time with Blake now, and this is, like, so awkward. You almost think that she's gonna, like, say something right away, like, bye, I'm out. But she doesn't. She has this, like, adventure day. Like, this adventure day you would do if you were, like, because I did this, like, on a vacation in Cabo. You're gonna bike, and then you're gonna kayak, and then you're gonna, like, snorkel. You're gonna do it all, honey, in 1 4-hour horror. But on this adventure day, Blake was like, well, what did your fam think of me or whatever? And like Becca's like, oh, whatever. Anyway, I'll tell you what they told me to do, which is follow my heart and find my person. She just turns everything again for her. It's so funny. Blake needed like some assurance because he got men, because he's been spiraling for the past like 48 hours, like seriously, about how bad that whole time with her parents were. And Becca did not give one F. It's just like, well, I'll tell you what they told me. Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna like follow my heart and find my one at the end of this, which is like in 24 hours, I'm gonna be perfectly fine. You're not. Have fun looking at all the beauty on the snorkel tour. You're gonna be crying for a long time. So then her honey, the sister, comes back again with a letter, and it's like, he opens up the letter, crinkle, 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 and it's like, Dear Booper. No explanation why that is. Or if there is an explanation, I remember from RE season, you tell me in the comments, but Booper is what she calls her. Booper, comma, Dear Booper, Booper. Then a bunch of other words, and then she's just like, pray to dad. This is a hard one. Well, if you're gonna pray to dad, we already know that one of the guys reminds you of your dad. I wonder what dad's gonna say.
Go for Garrett. I like salt of the earth type.
That's what he's shouted down from heaven into Becca's ear.
God, I'm going straight to hell.
Honey, the guys meet Neil Lane, and it's like time for rings, and I look at both rings, and I'll tell you right now, Blake's ring is 100% better. Like, I want that ring. Like, that's a gorgeous ring. It's like beautiful square cut. I mean, what a ring. What a ring. But Blake is the first to arrive, so we know that he's not going to get Becca's heart, and Becca doesn't deserve that ring anyway, and Becca breaks Blake's heart, and it's really horrifying and awkward because he is so emotional and was just like really taken aback because he loves her so much and
cries a lot and cries afterward. Afterward, he's even more crying because he like thinks about the fact that he has to do all the rest of the press and everything alone, like, and the rest of the confessionals and the whole rest of his life alone, and he cries about that. And then he cries thinking about the fact that Becca's about to have the next moment of her life, which is like her like being proposed to and saying yes, and he cries about that, honey. It's Blake crying. Whew, it's a lot of feelings. Becca, do you love me? Are you riding?
No, she's not.
No, she's not, Blake.
So then they go to like Blake in studio, and Blake talks about the fact that like he's crushed, honey. He's crushed. He's still in love with her. Blah, blah, blue bloops. When is there going to be a Bachelorette finale where she has to like break up with the guy after getting proposed to, just so we have like some, you know, like, has that ever happened, and when's the last time that happened? Because we need like to like change it up, because the moment we see whoever's walking out of the first boat, helicopter, whatever, caravan, elephant, coming off an elephant's back, whatever it is, we know that person's going home. So like sometimes I want her to like have the whole like happy proposal and then be like, okay, 1 second, I have to break this person's heart. Okay, bring the loser. No. You know, and then back to it. That would make me really, really happy. But no, so anyway, so they go back to the thing. Garrett comes. They're happy, honey. They're so excited. They're gonna like, they're boring ass people, so I don't even care what the fuck they said. But they did say they're gonna go to
Costco, which I do get because I do like Costco and I'll go for a run and I do like the free samples. And they're getting rid of the Polish hot dog, which if you don't know is a travesty.
What else? That's it.
Becca found love. I hate her, but she found love.
Who's going to be the next Bachelor? I guess Blake. I'm hoping Blake. I mean, I know there's people out there for Jason, but it should be Blake. And if it wasn't going to be Blake, it should have been Wills. But Wills is his Bachelor in Paradise sledding it up, so we know he's not going to be the Bachelor. And yes, I watched the first hour of The Bachelorette in Paradise. I have to watch the second hour, but I need to get this up. All right, thank you all so much for watching. If you don't already, please subscribe to my videos, leave me comments, like this video, and also go ahead and follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram and Twitter as Chris L. Farah. The L is for Lebanese, la 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 la, or the L in la 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 la. That's what the L's for, either one. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week and a fun weekend, and I'll catch you later. Bye.